He's found this incredible, he's an investor. I mean, he's the executive chairman of MicroStrategy, so he's not really involved into the day-to-day. He's really running their Bitcoin position, and he's created this massively levered long Bitcoin play. He's borrowing money at essentially zero. It's his returns are bananas right now.
What could go wrong?
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hopefully everyone enjoyed themselves if you do celebrate the holiday. And also enjoy your family on a daily basis. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulled back as expected as the stock market opened. Remember, guys, the only reason why we received that pump because the stock market was closed. We're the only game in town. We know how the game works. We've seen the movie before. And we have stocks slightly up. Now, guys, do not forget, we have futures contracts ending tomorrow. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now up, and they're going to continue to climb up as Trump becomes president. And there's a lot of movies starting the year off. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you, we have the dollar down, but as strong as ever, but we know that's going to change next year. We know Trump wants to gradually devalue the dollar to get us on a level playing field. But then also, we know the BOJ is going to start raising rates. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, we have the volume in crypto down right now. We have Tether, USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $180 billion on Tuesday. That lasted for 2 days. So make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And we have U.S. Congress is expected to prioritize crypto legislation in 2025 focused on stablecoins. And remember, stablecoins are the foundation of this whole digital economy because they're nothing but digital dollars, but they give the central banks even more power because they're programmable. They can be able to tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend them or poof, they're gone. And then also, it gives Swift the all-seeing eye where they can know you better than you know yourself. They'll be able to see all your purchases. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you, when it comes to Democrats or Republicans, they're all on the same page when it comes to regulating stablecoins. The reason why is that we know that's the NWO's agenda. Once we get stablecoin regulation, it's off to the races for the rest of the industry. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And even though the drums are beaten, and guys, we know how they play the Hegelian dialectic in order to move an agenda forward, we have 6 Bitcoin mutual funds to debut in Israel next week, December 31st. And I don't care what country you go to. I don't care if the drums are beaten. We're seeing this fourth industrial revolution move fast forward. And when the drums are beating, we know it's just a distraction to move an agenda forward. And now that's this new digital economy. Keep the masses distracted while they're moving the money in the back door in order to build. And this whole economy is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now are down. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Turkey has passed a law requiring cryptocurrency users to provide identification data for transactions exceeding $425. And we know MiCA rules go into effect December 30th, and normally they get a year in order to comply with all the rules. But liquidity is definitely going to be affected over these next 12 months. And the new Turkey regulations are set to go into effect February 25th of 2025. So again, I don't care what country you go to, they all have a plan for the digital economy, but the United States, of course, is behind the emerging markets and the rest of the world. But if you track the money, our big banks and big corporations have been funding crypto from the beginning, so that means we're behind on purpose. Remember, the United States is the last free nation. And then lastly, guys, we have AgriDex on Solana completed its first on-chain coffee trade. And yes, you heard that correct. Remember, while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And we have UK's Tiki Tonga coffee exported coffee to South Africa with payment made in South African rands and settled in British pound on the AgriDex blockchain. And everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And we know this makes transactions faster and cheaper. And by tokenizing this whole economy and putting it on blockchain, this will allow the machines to run the economy without a human involved. And that's going to increase productivity, which will allow the sheep to sit at home and get free money. But little do the people know that money is going to be programmable, being able to tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And we know that's biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York Long COVID 33, Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.